Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're doing an executive briefing on what I think is a truly fundamental shift in the contact center market. Look, we're moving way beyond simple chatbots. We're talking about a future powered by autonomous AI, where your contact center stops being just a cost center and starts being your most powerful strategic weapon. So, here's what we're going to cover. We'll kick things off with a huge opportunity right in front of us. Then we'll get into the strange paradox of failure, why so many AI projects are falling flat. From there, we'll lay out two very different playbooks for winning in the enterprise and SMB markets. We'll also break down the new financial math that makes this a no-brainer, and finally, give you a real, concrete roadmap to get started. All right, let's get right into it. Okay, to really wrap our heads around the scale of what's happening here, let's just start with the one big number that is driving this whole revolution. That's right, almost $50 billion. That is the projected size of the global conversational AI market by 2031. This isn't just steady growth, you guys. This is a tidal wave of investment, and it is completely redrawing the map for customer experience. And when you zoom in, you can see just how aggressive this growth really is. The call center AI piece of the pie, which is our main focus, is ballooning by almost 24% a year. And a huge driver for that, especially in North America, is the simple fact that labor is expensive. It creates this really powerful economic push to automate. But here's the thing. This is not just about building better chatbots. We're seeing a massive leap in the technology itself. We're going from conversational AI, which can basically just talk, to what's called agentic AI, which can actually do stuff. So think about it like this. These new systems can securely tap into your CRM, your billing system, whatever tools you use, to solve a customer's problem from start to finish, all by themselves. Now, with this incredible opportunity comes a really significant hurdle. It's something we call the implementation paradox, and honestly, it's tripping up most companies before they even get out of the starting gate. The buy-in from the top is, well, it's pretty much universal. You'd be hard-pressed to find a leader who doesn't agree that this is the future. But when you look at what's actually happening in the trenches, it's a very, very different story. An absolutely staggering 85% of AI projects are failing to deliver what they promised. I mean, that is almost double the failure rate of a typical IT project. So, what's going on? Why is there this huge chasm between the vision and the reality? So here's the key insight, and it's a crucial one. The technology isn't the problem. The problem is architectural. What's happening is that companies are, frankly, shooting themselves in the foot. They're trying to glue together a whole bunch of disconnected tools, a chatbot from one vendor, an agent assist tool from another. And what you end up with is a mess. You get data silos, organizational chaos, and an IT team that is just completely swamped trying to make it all play nice. So how do you avoid this trap? Well, the secret is understanding that this is not a one-size-fits-all market. You need a specific strategy. So let's break down the two distinct playbooks for success. I want you to think of this slide as your go-to market cheat sheet. It lays out the really fundamental differences between the enterprise and the SMB segments. Everything from how long it takes to close a deal, to how you should price it, to what they actually care about. These are two totally different worlds. And if you go in with the same approach for both, you are just setting yourself up for failure. Okay, so when you're walking into an enterprise meeting, the whole conversation has to be about trust and scale. You have to lead with security, with compliance, and with rock-solid SLAs. You're not selling them a cool little tool. You are selling them a strategic platform, a backbone that's going to solve that fragmentation problem we just talked about and integrate deeply with everything they already use. Now, with SMBs, it's a completely different game. They care about one thing: speed to value. They need something that's dead simple to set up and doesn't require writing a huge check up front. Transparent, pay-as-you-go pricing is absolutely king here because it lets them see the ROI almost immediately with very little risk. So, how do we actually make the business case for this kind of big transformation? Well, it all starts with a very simple and incredibly powerful argument: a massive reduction in your operational costs. And here it is. This is the slide for your CFO. We're not talking about shaving a few percentage points off the budget. We are talking about a 40 to 60% drop in the cost of every single customer interaction. That is a number that makes any executive sit up and pay very close attention. But the financial wins do not stop at cost cutting. Not even close. When you look at the whole picture, you see enormous labor savings, You see your existing agents becoming 30 to 50% more productive, and you see a real lift to your top-line revenue because your customers are happier and they stick around longer. It is a win-win-win. This also signals a really fundamental shift in your financial model, and this is something every executive really needs to grasp. You're moving away from the volatile, unpredictable world of labor costs, and you're moving toward a stable, scalable technology investment. Your AI platform becomes a depreciable asset, and your costs scale beautifully and predictably right alongside your business growth.
All right, so we've seen the opportunity, we've pinpointed the main challenge, and we've made the financial case. Now, let's lay out the roadmap that gets you to that more autonomous future. The key here, and I can't stress this enough, is to take it in phases. Don't try to boil the ocean. For the next year or two, your focus should be on building a really powerful hybrid model. That means automating all the simple, repetitive stuff and giving your human agents AI co-pilots to help them with the tricky issues. This builds the foundation for a future where the vast majority of interactions are handled without a human touching them at all.
So, here it is, your 4-point action plan. These are the strategies that are going to help you avoid that 85% failure rate. Number 1, solve that fragmentation paradox with a single, unified architecture. Number 2, upskill your people. Turn them into AI supervisors and high-empathy problem solvers. 3, get your data house in order. Clean data is the fuel for this entire engine. And finally, number 4, future-proof your tech stack by embracing next-gen standards like ACP and MCP. That's what ensures all your tools can talk to each other down the road. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. Is your architecture built for the simple bots of yesterday, or is it ready for the autonomous agents of tomorrow? Because believe me, the market is moving, and the strategic choices you make right now will determine whether you're leading the change or being left behind by it.
Thanks for joining us.